Hi, besties. We're back and we're so happy to be here on it this Thursday afternoon. Today's episode is actually inspired by a very emotional story that one of our besties has shared with us.
Let me see what the bestie has shared. So, I have been engaged for over 5 years now. We got engaged right before COVID and we're so excited about our wedding. The world paused, so did our wedding planning. At first, it was understandable. We told ourselves we'd wait a year, maybe two, until things settled down. But when things did settle, I didn't. I kept waiting, not for the world, but for the perfect wedding. I start seeing all those dreamy weddings on Instagram and TikTok, outdoor venues, custom dresses from overseas, cinematic videos edits, fresh flowers, just everything. And I told myself I want that too. Not out of jealousy, but out of this weird pressure. Like my wedding had to look worthy. So I kept postponing. It was always different excuses like, let's wait until we can afford more. Let's wait until I find the right photographer. Let's wait until I lose a little weight. I had an imaginary version of what a wedding was supposed to be and kept aiming for it. Around 2 years ago, he started pulling away. At first, he would suggest venues, bring up ideas, but I would shut it down because they didn't fit my vision. But now, he doesn't even bring it up anymore. When I do, he just says, we'll see. I can tell he's tired. I think maybe he's given up. We're still together and I still wear my ring.
Okay, first of all, this is going way too long. I know we all want our dream wedding, but stop dreaming for something that's not even real. Like, look at all these social media pressure that's on all of us.
It is a lot. The expectation from social media is just becoming more and more and more.
Yeah, and just because you see something online, I know you might want it, you might desire it, but sometimes they're not the realistic way. Those people may have that help, or maybe I hear some people actually go in debt to get like this crazy weddings,
Oh, I'm
which is so
sure.
sad.
Just want to show this ideal image of a wedding that they cannot even afford. If you can afford it, make that dreamy wedding. But not for people's expectation. Do not live for people's expectation. Do not live for social media. It will ruin your life. If not now, later on.
But already, if it's starting this way, you've been engaged for 5 years and you can see your fiance is pulling away from it. What does that mean? Is your love more important or is that big fancy wedding more important to you? I think you need to have a proper conversation with him. And if you guys want to continue with a wedding, have it, but have set budgets and choose what's more important to you. Is it the dress, the photographer? But you know what's crazy? Nowadays, people will have a photographer, a videographer, a content creator, they have photo booths. The list just adds on and on.
Yeah.
And each wedding that I've been to, or each wedding that I see on social media, has something brand new added, which is
Yeah.
cute. Like it's trendy and you get inspired. But someone that's planning to get married and they have a certain budget, they see all of this and they want it for themselves too.
Yeah. And you're going to suffer at the end of this because we don't see it, but as a couple, if our partner is suffering, seeing that, we're pressuring them so much with the social media and adding on to our wedding list and getting all these dreamy things and spending so much money out of your comfort, there's so much pressure on both of us. And at the end, arguments will start because of this.
Yes.
Like there will be dramas, fights, maybe even with your in laws. Maybe they won't even like you for this.
Yeah, because imagine if so in our culture, right? Like mostly the groom pays for a lot of the expenses of the
Yeah.
wedding. So imagine you want like the crazy things you want
Top
to
of the
spend
line.
top of the line, and it is your wedding, you want it to be special, but if you're overdoing it, that guy's going to be suffering, that guy's going to be looking frustrated, and his family is going to see that, and his family's not going to appreciate that, and you are starting a
Absolutely.
really negative relationship and a negative image of yourself just entering into that family.
And I think what will really happen is you'll get used to like looking after things on social media. After this wedding,
It'll be
let's
the
say it's
house.
done, the husband will be like, "Let's do it for you. I'll do anything." Slowly, you will see other things after the wedding, like you mentioned. I think the house,
vacation.
the vacations. And then you know what? Without even noticing, we're like mimicking, copying, just wanting people's life.
Yeah, you're right because social media will always be there. There will be people that will always do something creative, something new. And to your point,
Yeah.
if you're going to be mimicking them, are you going to be able to afford that kind of
And
lifestyle?
you won't stop. But I do have to admit, you're not alone in this. When my wedding was happening, I was also not looking at our budget.
Yeah.
I was probably like, that time social media wasn't a thing.
Thank God.
So I didn't, but I think I would go through the same kind of thing.
But
Like
you
where
know-
I would see something, I would want that too.
Yes.
But now when I look back, I'm like, thank God it wasn't there. Because I would have probably, we understand you because we would have
We're
probably
guilty
been,
of it, so, you
we
know,
would have
we're
done the
not-
same thing.
I can't come here and say, yo, you're doing this and this is not right, this is wrong.
Yeah.
I would have totally been that kind of person.
Yeah.
But to your point, I'm so happy that, social media wasn't a big thing. I did end up having the wedding of, my dreams at that time that I had it. But now when I look back at some beautiful weddings, I'm like, I wish I was getting married now.
Yeah.
But in a way, I'm happy that we're not because, like, how much money do people spend on their weddings?
Yeah, it's
I always wonder.
Social media does play a biggest impact on everybody's lives. So it is a big thing. But
How real is it though? I've just watching all these breakups that happen on social media.
That's what I was
So
gonna
I feel
mention.
like social media not only impacts you from what you desire, what you want, but it can also impact you wanting something that's not even real. Like, watching someone's beautiful love story, watching a beautiful family, and then all you hear is like behind the scenes, this guy was always cheating on their spouse, like the Ace family.
yeah.
I'm still shocked at this guy cheating on his wife with over 20 women.
Yeah.
So people are using her book, the information she shared in her book and in the podcast, Catherine's podcast.
Yes. I've watched
So what
it.
they're doing is they're actually going to their YouTube videos and pulling those pictures, those videos of when she actually found out that he was cheating, and then how in their YouTube video she looks perfectly fine, like nothing happened, like they're the happiest couple, they're so in love. And I'm just like, we were being fooled.
They're not the only ones though that broke up recently. The amount of time we have seen these breakups.
And such beautiful couples, families that look perfectly fine, but when they're announcing their breakups, they say that it happened like months ago. And I'm just like going back and seeing pictures and posts from recently when they were happy and they were together, but apparently they were not because they broke up like months ago and they separated months ago. And I'm just like, what are you trying to show?
Even though social media can be so dangerous, but sometimes you can actually like learn things from social media.
And it's a good way to stay connected too. You keep in touch, you see people's lives, you see people's kids growing. It's so hard to make up time with friends and family, so sometimes just seeing that online, it helps you. But I feel like if you can't control your feelings and your emotions, and if these things are that you're watching online are affecting you negatively, then you gotta stop like being on those social media platforms.
Honestly, in the beginning, when I had social media, I used to do the same thing, like look at things that I would want. It would affect my day-to-day life too. But as I'm growing older, I don't really care anymore. Like I watch something, it's like watching a movie. Like I scroll up, I'm like, okay.
Next. Okay,
Like
you
it
got
doesn't affect me anymore. Like what I see, who went on vacation, who did what. I'm enjoying my small like circle, little life, my family, everything that I have. Grateful and like just showing more gratitude towards what I have. And I
Well,
think
that's
how-
growth.
yeah, exactly.
That's growth. And if you can get to that level where you're seeing something and you're only looking at it as a educational purpose, or you're just getting inspired by it, that's great. But if you're looking at it and it's affecting you and you're not going to get it over with, then that's dangerous.
Yeah, like if it's dangerous, you need to cut that off because that's going to affect your relationship with your partner, your relationship with families. If something dangerous and toxic, toss them away.
Yeah, and comparison is the thief of joy. And the more we compare ourselves to these fake, unreal images online, the more we're going to suffer at the end of the day. So, why don't we stop following people that bring us negative energy or people that are living these unreal life and start following people like Bestie Vibes Podcast? We're going to bring you all the positive vibes and all the
girl.
positive energy. Just Honestly, just spend all your energy and all your time watching our videos on
And people
YouTube.
around you that also gives you good advice. It could be like your mom, your sister. Like when I want something unrealistic, like if I talk to my sister about it, she'd be like, no, like she'll give me a lecture. So surround yourself by people who will give you the positive
The right
feedback.
advice.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we are here for as a community, to give each other the right advice, and we want the best for you and ourselves.
And to our bestie, please don't be upset if we were a little too harsh. We're just trying to be real and raw here with our conversation and with our advice. So please take it easy on yourself and your fiance and focus on your love and your relationship.
We wish you good luck for your wedding.
Hope you have the dreamiest wedding that you desire, but on a budget.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. Please subscribe to our channel.
Make sure you like our video and drop your comments if you have an advice for this bestie.
See you next week on our next episode.